All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you are watching this video. Welcome to Ife's Growth Hub. This is a channel that focuses on micro, small, and medium scale businesses growth. And this channel, what we do is we bring in options, we bring in strategies, we bring in motivation that helps us to grow our small and medium scale businesses. My name is Ife, and this is what I do. Please, before you continue, just pause, subscribe, and like our videos. It's going to help a lot, and it's going to encourage us a lot to keep bringing quality content. I promise you, as long as you remain here, you always get quality content. Real life content that is applicable, not just theory. All right, let's go into it without further wasting of our time. So, what am I supposed to talk about today? Today, I want to talk about sole proprietorship or single founder syndrome in business. We all did basic economics in our secondary school, or some person might not, but we all know this basic principle of single founder, sole proprietorship, one man business. And part of the characteristics also that the economics then was that he bears the losses and also he takes the reward that comes from the business. Now, as a business owner, one thing that we all do is critical thinking. One thing that we're all afraid of is losses. We don't want to make loss, but we want to make profits. However, the purpose of this channel is to help businesses grow, and that is why I'm coming to tell you about single founder business. If you really want your business to grow, you will have to start abolishing single founder mentality. You have to abolish sole proprietorship mentality. You cannot scale your business big with sole proprietorship mindset. You have to open up your business for investors. You have to open up your business for collaborations. You have to open up your business to be able to access funds. Because one of the major problems of sole proprietorship business is funding. There's always limitation in funding. That's always a constraint that most single founder businesses have. And this is very dangerous for you as a business owner, because you have to put in all your money, everything you have. You have to put it towards funding this business. And what about anything happens to this business tomorrow? It crashes and you might go broke or poor, which is not advisable. So we have to be smart as business owner. While we're trying to make profits, we should also think of trying to make our business big. Do you know that 10% of 10 million naira is more than 100% of 100,000 naira? So we are all looking at the 100% of 100,000 naira instead of looking at the 10% of 10 million naira. And that is where we are getting it wrong. Some people don't want people to come into their business because they want to take all the whole profit. They feel that when they start sharing profit to people, it will reduce what they are earning, to reduce their margin. But that is penny wise and pounds foolish. If you can open up a business for investment and you have like 5, 6, 7, 8 investors investing in your business, do you know that number one thing, you have created an employment for yourself, and at the same time you have also created a bigger investment opportunity for yourself? Because the management of the business have to pay for the management. And if you are directly involved in managing the business, you pay yourself salary. So you use that money to take care of expenses. Why the main return is still there coming. And that business will be able to scale to a very big extent. But when you are doing sole proprietorship, you want to fund the business, you end up being that small shop, that small business that is just earning some hundreds of thousands. Now, let me tell you one of the major problems or challenges about sole proprietorship. In sole proprietorship, the only thing that can guarantee you your freedom and time is if you are able to make it open for people to come. If not, you have to be there. Let's assume, for example, you have, let's say you have a company that's producing pure water or sachet water, as the case may be, and then you are doing sole proprietor. You only have to go to the company to make sure that workers are working. You always have to go to the company sometimes to even work yourself. You always have to go to the company to make sure that everything is running. The accounting, you have to be directly involved with it. Everything, you are all directly involved with it. And guess what? It's eating your time. Time you are supposed to have for other businesses, you are spending it on one business, and it just brings some little amount of money, and you think you're okay. But if you have opened up this business for investors, you have to surely pay a manager that will manage this business. And then you have your time. You go to other businesses and do other businesses too. One of the greatest gifts that we have as human being and as an entrepreneur as well is the gift of time. That's our most invaluable gift. Gift of time. Once that time is taken away from you, everything becomes mediocre. And you must always fight to make sure that your time is not taken from you. Make sure you have control of your time. In business or in life generally, once you don't have control of your time, you are restricted, you are constrained. Because time, 24 hours in a day, but 24 hours can be multiplied to do so a whole lot of things. Within 24 hours, some people make millions. Within 24 hours, some people make billions. Within 24 hours, some people make trillions. And within 24 hours, some people don't make one kobo. That is what to tell you that time does not to anybody, because time is fixed. We all have 24 hours, so we must make use of it. If 2 days is off from 7 days, you only have 5 days remaining. There's no way to be 7 days, and you will only be able to do things within that 5 days. And after that 5 days, that week is off. Week 1 is over. So if you have a target to meet within 1 week and you're not able, that means you are now taking it, extending it, like carrying it over to the other week, which is not good. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. So fellow business people, we're in the quest to grow our business. We're in the quest to make sure that our business is booming and is doing fine. But even at that, we have to be very, very sensitive and wise. I'll be doing more videos here, and I'll be telling you the kind of businesses that you can actually go into. Me, for one, I do encourage people to go into business that are very passive in nature. Business that does not require your time too much. Business that can be running on its own. That is the business that can set you up for success. Business that you'll be sleeping and the money will be counting. Those are the businesses that can set you up for success. If you are always into active jobs, active businesses that if you are not there, they can't run on their own, it's a problem. I know we need these businesses to be able to have money to invest in, passive business. But when all your business and investment, everything you have is active in nature, you have to make it, you have to be there, you have to set it in motion, you have to always do something. I mean, there's a problem. I'm going to tell you this for free. Everybody might not really be a business owner or business person, but everybody should be an investor. It's also applicable to those that are doing corporate jobs, civil service job, and even the military. Everybody should be an investor. That is the only way you can scale your income. That's the only way you can, achieve success big time. If you are always depending on that amount, that profit you are going to get at the end of that day, or that amount you are going to pay at the end of the month, that salary, you're only depending on that to be able to navigate this life. That means you're going to have a problem. So you need to invest, always invest, and that is why we need a passive business. Business is passive in nature, that you can put in money and then it will be rolling on its own. And that is where I now start talking about not depending on one man business. Now, let me give you an example. For example, we want to start a business, maybe this water factory business, and I'm the only one that wants to start it. I might be able to produce maybe 1,000 units per day or per week. But if I can open up this business for investors or look for partners who can be able to produce 10,000 units per day, and when you multiply the money that will be coming in, it's going to outweigh what you'll be getting as a single person. And this is what we should go. Even in the 48 laws of power, for those that have read 48 laws of power, it says, do not isolate yourself. Isolation will kill you. Isolation will destroy you. You have to bring in people, create a community, create a network, create a mastermind group, and you do things together. Do you know why? In finance, we learn that when you invest in something, like when it comes to this public liability company and the rest, that will have investors and the rest. When the company goes down, one person does not bear the risk. Everybody shares the risk. Everybody shares the losses, and it's become smaller. It will become easy to bear than when one person wants to just bear the whole losses. When companies go bankrupt, the founders of that company, they don't go broke. They even have more money, because it's not just their money there. They might have their money inside the businesses, but the majority of the money is coming from investors and the rest. So everybody will share the loss, and to be easier for everybody to bear. But imagine only you want to fund all those kind of businesses and anything happen, it becomes a big blow. It can never make you to become, bankrupt totally. So I want to advise you, gentlemen, never you don't, even though you are doing a single man business, have it in mind to develop a business that so many persons are into and scale it to be very big. Now, you can start with even farming. I know many people will look farming like what kind of business is this? I'm going to do a video and talk about this later on. But see, presently in Nigeria, this is the business that will make you money. Recently, last week, today is 21st, I believe. 21st or so. Today is Easter Monday, 2025. And last week, I was going through my phone and I saw that federal government have declared state of emergency on food security. See, this is the number one indicator that food business will boom and it's not going to go down anytime soon. So there's no much production of food. We're now importing some categories of food stuff into Nigeria. What does that tell you? If you're into, you always have a market. That means you cannot overproduce. The market is always there to absorb anything you bring. The market is ever ready and willing to absorb it. But we're not looking into this sector, and we think that this sector is an ancient sector. Everything is retracing back to the origin. After we left the industrial age, where there was the industrial revolution, and everybody going to school, having company work, and the rest. Now we're in information age. The agrarian age that we left, that we felt is obsolete, that is, it's an old age, it's outdated. We are going back to it. Only those that are wise, only those that have open eyes will be able to see this thing. At least I'm very sure for Nigeria that we're going back to it. This period, like never before, Nigeria is having shortage of food supply. Food stuff are becoming expensive every day. And you think this sector is not going to boom? The government keep pumping money into the agricultural sector every year. You think this sector is not going to boom? You see the big shot of Nigeria going into this sector, and you think it's not going to boom? Gentlemen, I'm encouraging you. This sector is a good in mud. When I mean good in mud, that means you might not really see it as a good, but just wait for it for some time, and you'll see how this sector will materialize and become something wonderful. So imagine you bringing, like 10 person, people coming together, pulling in 1 million naira, 10 million naira. You need to buy a very big plot of land for farmland, very big hectares of land, and you decide to plant anything you want to plant. By the end of the day, after harvesting, when you sell your produce, do you know how much each of you will have? To be more than that amount that you just going to do maybe 1 acre. What you will get, 100% of you get that money. When you are going to get while you are in group, will be more than that. That is why I'm encouraging you. If you have a business that is a little bit big, open it up for investors. Employ an accountant. Bring in a lawyer. I know some of you will be afraid that there's no trust. This, that. I know. Make it legal. Let there be paperwork, terms and conditions. Bring in your accountant. Bring in your lawyer. Register your business if you have not registered. Let investors invest into your business. You see your business grow like never before. Moreover, when you open up your business for investment, it gives you a chance to focus on other business. When you go to to this Western country, what most people do is to develop business and sell. That's what they do. They'll take one niche, develop the business, nurture it, and it grows, and they will sell it off and go back and develop another one. So when you bring in partners into your business, it helps you, give you a chance to focus on other business. Imagine you are having up to 5 different businesses you are doing. Do you think you ever go broke? One is coming from different place, different angle, and you utilize this thing to create wealth, to create fortune for yourself that even your children and your grandchildren will enjoy. Alright, so I don't want to make this video long. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to Ife's Growth Hub. We have content such as business development content, videos, business strategies, motivation, and so many things that you won't imagine. We also have a community, Growth Guild, where we have committee of business owners that are willing and able to scale their business, and they are all doing well. So if you want to be a part of the community, you can send me a message directly, and then I will continue it from there. I will tell you what's involved, what you can do to become part of the community. For now, please subscribe and follow, and then we'll bring you more content. Thank you, and God bless you.